Spitfire Audio, you've got some explaining to do. Okay, no intro. I told you a couple of videos ago about my failed attempt to score a soundtrack for a Westworld clip for a competition. Well, the winners of the competition were announced today, and to my surprise and apparently everyone else's, the winner kind of just wasn't right. And nothing against the guy who composed the winning piece, but there were a few things that were wrong there, and I think it's very important to point them out. And I'm not the only one making these comments. If you go to the comment section of the video where the winners were announced, you will see everything from actual arguments, well-reasoned, well-written, to also conspiracy theories. For example, the winner knows the director of the show, you know. Okay, he is credited in one movie as the guy who did ADR. The guy who did ADR doesn't know the director, period. And if they do, it's just a coincidence. But even if he does work in Hollywood, and my criticism has nothing to do with that. The criticism is the music doesn't fit the clip. The clip is a lot of strong action and kind of epic, and the music just doesn't do that. Not to mention, the one part that is really important is that the guy modified the audio, the original audio. He added some reverb or echo to the girl when she's saying like, what's he doing or something like that.
What's happening to him?
I think he's switching genres.
And that wasn't allowed by the rules. So you have 11,000 guys who try to score this, obeying the rules without modifying this. And you have this one guy modifying the original audio, which wasn't allowed, and he wins. So again, starting with that, he shouldn't have won just because of that. But the other part is, he added all of this 8-bit video game music vibe, you know, you feel like you're playing Mario Kart or something like that, instead of watching a chase where they are shooting RPGs at each other or something.
I missed. Hold on.
It doesn't fit. And I understand this theme of he's changing genres, right? So he's probably feeling 80s at the moment, playing video games or something. But even if you wanted to score the music like that, the acting and the scene, the color grading, everything else in the clip has nothing to do with 80s video game or 90s video game.
I missed. Hold on.
It's just completely out of place. The show is more epic, and this music doesn't reflect it. So that's the main criticism. There were so many good entries where the music is much more appropriate to what we are seeing. It is futuristic, and I don't even watch the show, but I can tell right by the cars, the way they look, the way they sound. This is all futuristic. You can see in other movies when the character has some experience on drugs and they are experiencing something else, usually separated from the rest of the world around them, and you can see their faces, they are smiling or they're acting weird. And this guy is not acting weird. He's just doing he's putting some dizzy face, and then he's saying like, oh, I missed. And that'll be it. That's the strangest thing he does. But he doesn't act like in a Mario video game or something. Anyway, the music, this is not the winner. And that's my opinion. It is a strong opinion, but I'm not the only one. This is not the winner. And I think Spitfire, you just lost so many potential customers with this publicity stunt or whatever you did. I mean, I'm a nobody, you won't explain anything to me, but you owe it to your customer base and to your fans. Explain why this guy is the winner. So I understand you have 11,000 entries. If all of them are complete, that's 4 minutes per entry. In total, that's 30 days of watching entries. And I'm pretty sure you guys didn't do that, but you could still judge a lot of them just by listening a few parts. And I did that just following the hashtag and listening to a few of the entries. And there's so much epicness and so many good entries. And none of them made it to the final 5 or 6. So I'm very surprised. Again, There's nothing wrong with the guy who composed the winning piece. The piece is original, actually. Well, sort of original. There are some themes that people recognize from some video game here and there. While I'm editing the video, the guys at Spitfire have been quite busy policing the comment section of that video. They have been deleting a lot of comments, especially those saying that there is some relationship between J.J. Abrams and the winner. I don't know why they do it, but they have been doing it because I read a lot of those comments before and they're not there now. And the other thing is they removed the count for the dislikes and likes, and it was overwhelmingly dislikes before, but they just removed them, so you just see the hand icon but you don't see numbers. So that's a small update. The music is fine per se. There's nothing inherently wrong with what he uses or the orchestration or something like that, or the harmony, but it just doesn't fit. That's the main criticism. You guys wanted to, in the rules you were saying, compose some music that enhances the experience. This music doesn't enhance the experience, it detracts from it. You are super distracted. What are we? It really is bad. It distracts you from the story. You are paying attention to the music way more, and that's never what you should do as a composer for film or for TV. The music goes in the background. If you remember the music more than the visuals, the music was wrong. The classic, the John Williams classic that everybody knows, they know it because they have the CD and they play the CD over and over, but they still can't remember the movie. When they go out of the theater, they can still remember the movie way more than the music. So the music is an accessory to the story, and in this case, the music is overpowering the story, and also for the wrong reasons. This is not a John Williams Duel of the Fate or something like that in that level of epicness. This is distracting from the story in a seriously bad way. So again, this is the end of my rant, and I hope you guys can explain at some point. You just lost one customer, but I'm pretty sure you lost a lot more. See ya.